Beers, gunpowder, the national sport of Colombia. I don't know what can go wrong here. Buenos dias, chicas, and welcome to another Gaz Right video. Bogota, Colombia. Is it good? Is it safe? What are the best things to do? Where are the best places to eat? And can I get some of the best coffee in the entire world? I've got all the answers. Me and Em, we just had 48 hours there exploring, perusing, flying about the place, and I can hand on heart tell you it has exceeded expectations by an absolute country mile. Everything that you read online is talking about it's not a safe place, people being friendly, not going out at night. I would say pretty much all those things are absolutely fine. So I turn a little bit of safety towards the end. We stayed in like the business district. I think if you're going for 2 days or 2 nights, I would stay towards like the old time, because one, it's closer to the airport, so I mean you're going to spend less in a taxi, and it's also where all the things you're going to go and see are. So the traffic is the only probably negative that I'll give about Bogota, because honestly it is horrendous. Whatever time your Uber says, one, the Ubers take like 20 minutes to pick you up and only get Uber Comforts because the other ones are absolutely shocking, like the cheap ones. And whatever the time is, I would say add 30–40% on, maybe even double it at times. Like we went to get to the airport then in 33 minutes, it took us close to an hour. So do bear that in mind when you're trying to get around. It is horrendous, but we are in Salento now, so you hear me a little bit out of breath because I'm going up and down different hills and stuff. En route to a little bit of dinner, obviously Salento will be in the pipeline very shortly. In terms of best things to do, I would 100% say go to Monseratte. Monseratte is beautiful, but you need to go in the morning, before 9 AM, before 9:30 AM. Lovely setup. Get yourself up the gondola, up the mountain, the funicular, and then you can just get up there, get the views in the old system. I would say you probably want an hour and a half, just flying about, seeing what's up there. When we run our way down, it was absolutely rammed coming in the opposite direction. So huge queues, takes a lot longer to get up there. Worse photos, more people in them and stuff like that. So Monseratte for me is definitely a morning vibe. They do have places to eat up there, but depends what sort of food you're into. If you want to try some very like, I don't know, you're at like a carnival in the UK or that sort of vibe, it's going to be a spot for you. I think there's a lot better places which we'll touch on very shortly. The Barreto Museum, again, absolutely phenomenal. Not a museum, a gallery. So a Colombian artist, Fernando Botero, one of the two, free to go in, cool art in there, and they also have a little Picasso number. So if you're doing a little Picasso number, that's going to be a spot for you, checking that out. Got a couple of notes on the old phone. One thing that I was pretty shocked by, and I usually hate, to be honest, like most museums, like they're super touristy or it's not very good. The Gold Museum was brilliant. It was 89p each to go in there, super informative. They have like 3 floors worth of stuff, a silly amount of gold, there's like armor, there's different artifacts. And the insight they give into like the area, the gold, like why it's there, like the history, the geology, the geography is absolutely phenomenal. So for me, that's one thing that we were like, we'll go check it out. But I thought, oh, I'm not going to like it. So to go from like thinking, oh, I'm not going to like it at all, to absolutely loving it is obviously top draw. And then possibly my highest recommendation, biggest recommendation, is to go and play Tejo. Hopefully I pronounced that right, which is the national sport of Colombia. And I was thinking Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez, the national sport has to be football. Oh no, it involves beer and throwing like a metal rock or a metal stone at an exploding like archery board. So the board's filled with gunpowder and you literally just launch these rocks at it, and the more explosions you get, the more points you get, which is top drawer, and you have to drink beer at the same time. The place we went to, I'll overlay it on the screen now, or if not, follow me on Insta, you get these tips as they come, was 80p for a beer. 80p for a beer, absolutely outrageous. And the guy comes and like restocks the board. How this bloke doesn't lose a hand, obviously I don't know the inner workings and the ingenuity of the old gunpowder board, but do you know what I mean, fiddling about with the old gunpowder, what a pretty niche activity, niche job. But yeah, super friendly, super nice. And I guess I'm going to touch on a few of like the restaurant stuff now. We went to Asado Carne, which is a steak restaurant, really good reviews online. The food was brilliant. Like I had like a rump steak one day and a sirloin steak the other day. It was £9 for like a 350 gram steak, and then with it you also got like a choice of 2 sides. Get I said like, what, they don't do chips. I was like, what's like the best thing to get? And it's basically a jacket potato with sour cream in. You think it doesn't work, but it is divine. I would say in Colombia, whatever you get your steak, get it one up. So if you get it rare, get it medium rare. If you get it medium, get it medium well, because yeah, the first one I got was a little bit on the old mooing side, but not only was the food unreal, but the people in there, unbelievably friendly. Went there back-to-back days. On the second day, Em asked for a coffee, and basically they were like, oh, we don't do coffee. Anyway, the bloke who was like serving us was like, obviously they all came over, like wanted to practice their English and stuff. But yeah, he came over and there was, oh, we don't serve coffee. And then like 5 minutes later, he'd gone and made Emma a coffee out of his own like stock in the back or something like that. So cannot speak highly enough of them. Lovely, lovely people. And that was the kind of theme. Anyone that we engage with, they don't get a lot of tourists, I don't think, in Bogota, or not many in comparison to other countries. So, do you know what I mean? Everyone wanted to practice their English. Everyone was so intrigued, like, what are you doing here and stuff like that. And obviously we were like, yeah, on a big year traveling the old globe. The next place to recommend was Sicily 19. Again, if it's not 19, I'll overlay it on the screen now. But this place, we went twice for dinner at night, and it was ridiculous. Me and Em both said, like, the best lasagna I've ever had. Normally it's like filled with like mincemeat and stuff, but this was filled with like, not like pulled pork, but like pulled beef. So it's absolutely sensational. So much meat in there, so cheesy, and then obviously all like the mozzarella and stuff on top as well. So yeah, absolutely unbelievable. A little bit more expensive that. It came out about 10, 11 pounds with a drink. But yeah, for me, both those were absolutely top draw. The second day when we went back, because it was like right on our street, so when we went out for dinner at night, we didn't want to go too far and stuff like that. So the lady was loving it. She was like, oh, you're back already, which is good. They talk about Colombian coffee, and it has delivered. Robusta, wowee, in the historic quarter is absolutely next level. Super strong, but normally when you get a strong coffee, it's like really like bitter and tarry. This was beautiful, super smooth, no sugar needed, and again, it just gets a straight 10 out of 10 from your boy. And then, do I have anything else to recommend on the food front? Oh yeah, La Puerta Salsa. I found it online, really, really good reviews, all local stuff. I didn't eat there in the end because I'm allergic to nuts, and they had like these about 400 peanut bars as we went in, so I was a bit like, oh, if anything's like cross-contaminated. But Em had the chicken soup, which basically came with like a full chicken breast in it. You got avocado on the side, you got rice, ridiculous flavors. Review from the king, and yeah, it was just absolutely top draw. So yeah, they're the sort of highlights on the food front. Right, so let's talk safety, because that's what a lot of people are going to be asking about. So for me, we didn't have any problems anywhere we went. We went out late-ish, like we had a couple of beers when we did the Tejo, which wasn't, do you know what I mean, too late in the day, but you know what I mean, it wasn't too early. I think it's like anything. If you go out super, super late at night drinking in the historic quarter, I would think that's probably where trouble would happen. I'm from Bolton. I can say something's a little bit rough. The historic quarter is a little bit tasty, a little bit dicey, a little bit rough, but we went there in the day. You've got people coming selling you stuff. People are trying to make a living. That's absolutely fine. Never felt threatened, never felt, do you know what I mean, in danger or anything. I think if you went there at night, it might be a little bit different because it is an active place. And I was saying to Em, like, when we go out, like I went out on my own because she was doing some work on one day. I think I get less looks because I don't know, people aren't that tanned in Colombia because of the, especially in Bogota, because it's known as the fridge of South America, because it's high up, but bang on the old equator. Whereas like, when me and Em go out together, we're obviously tourists, the ginger, the northerner, we stick out like a sore thumb. But yeah, I would say that's the bit where I'd say, oh, it's a little bit more dicey. But like I say, we didn't have any problems at all. In terms of people being friendly, blow me away. Everyone was so friendly. Asado, especially, every coffee shop you speak to. I've been trying to learn a little bit of Spanish, or at least just get the basics of like ordering a coffee. Or just like whatever you're trying to order. So it's absolutely terrible. It's not good. And then when somebody speaks Spanish back, I'm a bit like, lo siento, no español, or poco español, or something like that. And then everyone wants to come over and practice their Spanish, which is good because yeah, my practice their English, not their Spanish. Their Spanish is bloody good actually. It's my Spanish that is terrible. So for me, as a city, highly exceed expectations. I don't want to sit here and put like Joey, try to pull the wool over your eyes. There are a few bits of Bogota which are a bit like, well, this is it's a little bit loose, it's a little bit left field. But overall, food phenomenal, massive step up on where we were in Ecuador. Good start to the Colombia adventures. We've just landed now, so we flew to Salento, about an hour away. So you can either get like a 5, 6 hour, 7 hour bus, or you can fly 25 minutes. So the bougie backpackers, you know what we're doing. We're flying straight in here. Going to be exploring the biggest palm trees in the entire world, doing a little bit of coffee tasting and just getting amongst it before moving over to Medellin and then Santa Marta. So any questions, Colombia travels, as always, bang it in the old comments down below. Going to go get another steak in the bones, and remember, baby, the chef is always cooking. Let's get it.